what's happening with the government and politics, right? Well, you'd think nothing, but unfortunately, you're working for the federal government. So when they're playing political games, you are collateral damage. That's why I said it in the live stream earlier. You got to change your lifestyle in a way that you're insulated from political people, from these political leaders, from Congress, because you can't put your livelihood at stake or in the hands of these people because they don't care about you. Hopefully everybody learns that. This is a true wake-up call. Okay, let's go to this clip because it continues to show how bad this government shutdown is becoming. Take a listen.
So I brought you a little visual aid here to just remind everybody what the simple facts are. 4 simple facts here. The Democrats are required to open the government. They keep saying Republicans are in charge of government. We aren't, not in the Senate. 60 votes control the Senate, not a bare majority. And so point number 1, Democrat votes are required to open the government. Point number 2, they refuse to do it. They have now voted 12 times to keep the government closed. And they'll have another chance today or tomorrow, maybe multiple times this week, and we'll see what they do. Now, the third point is very important because they've been trying to confuse the American people. They've tried to say this is a fight about health care or this or that or any other thing, and it's very simple. They put this on paper. They made this their demand in writing in the record of the Senate, and it has not changed. These are just 4 subpoints there under fact number 3, but there's many more. But among the things they're demanding, this is what the Democrats in the Senate are demanding to reopen the government. They want to give $200 billion in health benefits to illegal aliens and non-citizens, paid for by U.S. taxpayers. That is in their proposal. They want billions in wasteful programs to be returned to foreign countries. So we stopped these things. They want to turn it all back on. They're demanding that we do all that to get the government open for hardworking Americans again. They want to give $500 million to left-leaning news organizations, and they want to cut $50 billion from rural hospitals.
To back up what Johnson is saying there, he is telling the truth. The provision that Democrats passed under the Biden administration gave health care, funding for health care, to undocumented migrants. That provision was removed during the One Big Beautiful Bill. Democrats want it back. That's the first thing. Secondly, they're asking for USAID to be funded at the same level that it was before DOGE, which means they want their spouses and their family members who serve on the board of directors of these NGOs to continue to receive funding from USAID. Get out of here with that. But that's what they are demanding. And it's all packaged under the statement that, no, we're fighting for ACA subsidies, which they don't need to do right now. They could do it after the government is open. So what else are they doing? Well, at the state level, they're taking the page from the Trump administration. Now they are blaming Republicans. If you look at the state level government websites, they're saying it's President Trump's fault why the government is shut down. This is in Maryland. Here's one from California. This is CalFresh. They're sending an email to the recipients who get food benefits out of California. They're saying that it's President Trump and Congress who have failed to reopen the federal government. So it's a tick for tack. It's just out of hand at this point. Now, let's go to this clip of a Democrat caller. Now, let's go to this clip from a Democrat voter out of Pennsylvania who calls into C-SPAN and I think is finally seeing the writing on the wall as it pertains to her own party. Take a listen.
I'm, a retired federal worker, and I hear people talking about, the president needs to get involved, and the Democrats are saying this, the Republicans are saying this. This is the truth. The Democrats, and I'm a Democrat, are the ones that actually, in the Senate side, shut down the government. They did not vote for a continuing resolution except for 3 of them. One is the Senator of Pennsylvania, Fetterman, and all. So they have to get together and stop holding an American hostage. We're about to have people without food come, November 1st, which is the end of this week. And that's ridiculous. It is not worth it. Plus, the health care companies have already said you're way past the deadline for them to change their costs that they're going to give out to the public for the health care. So, November 1st is open season. So, they need to get together. I know they keep on saying the president needs to come back, but the power of the purse is with the Congress, not the president. You all talk about this president being a king, but if you want him to solve this problem, you're making him a king. This has got to stop in America. I want the Democrats to fight, but I want them to fight in a negotiating way like I did when I was a union president versus sitting up here constantly bickering and the Republicans bickering. This has got to stop, and America has got to stop accepting it. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
And that's the type of analysis I really respect. Even if I disagree with her politics, she sees clearly through the noise. The power of the purse is absolutely in the hands of Congress. They are responsible for the government shutdown, not the president, as much as they want to make it about him. And listen, Democrats can help themselves because that's who they have become. Everything is about President Trump. When they run a campaign, it's about President Trump, right? When they introduce a policy, it's about President Trump. It's Trump, Trump, Trumpity Trump. None of it is the American citizen, their constituents that they claim to be fighting for. And I guess she pointed it out. When you say you're going to fight, I don't mean, hey, let's fight and keep the government shut down, which is going to cause pain on the people you say you're fighting for. No, let's fight. Let's get the government open, and then let's fight on the issues, the merits. It sounds like it makes total sense to me, but we're not living in times that are based on common sense, right? I think we all can relate to that. Okay, so why don't you give me guys your